Have you been making emotional decisions when trading the markets? If it's forex, stocks, futures, doesn't really matter. Have you been making emotional decisions? Well, in this video, I'm going to talk about something that really helped me in my career as a trader. Welcome back to my channel and thank you for watching this video. Please remember to like and subscribe if you find any value in this content so that I can give you guys more value and share more videos. So let's jump right into it. Have you ever caught yourself looking at a chart in a group setting, or let's say when you're with family or friends, and quickly looking at the charts on your cell phone and seeing a setup that fits your plan and making a decision based on emotion? I think everybody has experienced that. And that's happened to me so many times in the past. Because a lot of times, sometimes you're in a crowd of people or you're hanging out with friends and you're actually in a very good mood. So you feel this good mood that you're in and you look at the charts and you see on your phone, okay, here's a good setup. It fits my plan if you go through it in your head and you execute the trade while you are with those friends. And the next moment, your trade hits stop loss, you get a notification, you look at your phone again, and you're like, oh, this trade hit stop loss. And now all of a sudden, your mood completely changes. Well, I think most of us has been through this. Well, I want to tell you something that, a lot of times when this happens and you go back afterwards and you get back to your house or wherever and you look at the trade on your laptop, you then realize that this was actually not a very high probability setup and that it actually was not really a trade that 100% fit your plan. And you actually took the trade based on emotion. Well, as I said, I've done this so many times. And what I've realized, and something that's really helped me, is that you always need to do your forecast for the day in the morning, and you always need to analyze your charts on your laptop and then place alerts for your setups that when an alert pops up or you look at your cell phone at the charts while you're in a group setting, that you know exactly what you were looking for. And if the trade then forms, you can then execute it. But don't just execute the trade. Rather tell your friends, or in that group setting, just tell them, listen, give me 5 minutes. I just quickly need to sort something out on my cell phone, and then walk away and look at the setup on your phone and just go through your checklist real quick. Maybe open, your notes on your cell phone and then just quickly type your emotion that you're feeling before you're taking that trade. Are you feeling very happy and you want to make an emotional decision? But type it out, like say, listen, this bothers me on what I'm seeing on the chart, and write it down or type it out and say, this also bothers me. And that might stop you from taking an average trade, by just stepping aside and really breaking down the trade that you're looking at on your phone. Instead of being in that group setting, seeing it while someone's talking to you, trying to execute this trade, and it ends up in a loss. And when it ends up in a loss, all of a sudden your emotions are low and you're not really a very friendly person in that group setting. Now, that's something that really, really helped me by just stepping away and going through my checklist and then making a decision to execute the trade or not. You've also probably experienced where, let's say, for example, you have a very bad day. We all have bad days, because remember, life is always going to life you. What does that mean? It basically means that we are all going to be faced with challenges while we live on earth. We will always have challenges. And sometimes when you are facing challenges, if it's at work, in your private life with your family, or, if anything bad happens in your life, a lot of times you might feel sad, or you might not be in a good mood. And then you go and run to the markets and try to trade, and I'm saying try to trade. The reason I say that is because this is something that you need to remember. When emotion is high, IQ is very low. And remember, you need to be level-headed and level-minded when you trade the markets. Now, when your emotion is high and your IQ is low, and you're maybe in a bad mood, or as I mentioned earlier, in a good mood, and you try to trade, that can cause you to make bad decisions and take trades that you are not supposed to take. Because I'm sure you have experiences. You've been in a bad mood or irritated, or something happens in your life, or you're sad and you try to get fulfillment by taking a trade and getting a win in the market, because that might make you feel better. So I just want to say this: rather take that day off. If you feel you're really having a bad day, rather take the day off. Don't trade. Don't look at the charts. Just leave it, because remember, the market will always be there tomorrow again. Tomorrow when you wake up, there will be an open market to trade. If it's a Friday, the Monday the market will open again. So just remember that the markets are not going anywhere. And it's better to sit out than be in the market and give unnecessary percentage away, or give unnecessary losses away to the market. So that's a big thing in trading. Always be level-headed, and when emotion is high, IQ is low. So guys, I hope this helps you, just to know in which emotional state you are in. Something that helps me is, before I execute a trade, before I take a trade, I like to just write down my emotion quickly. In which state am I in? Am I happy, sad, irritated? In which state am I in to execute this trade? And if I have to execute this trade, what are the warning signs? And really being honest with myself that these are warning signs, and I'm not going to take the trade based on that, because of my emotion and because of the warning signs I'm seeing. And that is something that can really help you as a trader. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If this video helped you in any way, and if the advice was helpful, please remember to like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to talk about what I mentioned in this video, please leave a comment. Let's chat about it in the comments. I will be there to answer any questions, and just build a community of like-minded people. So guys, have a great one, and I'll see you on the next YouTube video.